Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts. This is episode number 19. We'll be finishing up a little bit of the story here in Traverse Town. There we can see we got a very helpful item there. And we'll also be wrapping up our last trip to Hallow Bastion here. This is sort of like a post trip to Hallow Bastion. I'm trying to listen closely to what Kairi has to say and what others have to say here, because I think there's a moment where the company that made this game might have some of their own generic music in here. So I'm trying to listen to that. We got the navigational gummy that we need to go back to Hallow Bastion again, now that it's been closed off. And here, let's go talk to Kairi. She says, okay, let's go back. Yeah, so I have to edit this a little bit here. But it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, it'll be one of those situations where I just talk continuously over everything that they're saying. You could read all of the text there on screen. We got a heart-to-heart moment with Sora and Kairi here. Which is, I mean, it's well-deserved in this series. There's very few moments where these two actually, interact and have a grandiose moment like this. So it's nice to see it when they have these little moments. And you can see here, Sora's remembering what happened to him. And he was a little sad there, but then all of his friends, and he heard Kairi's voice, and he was able to come back. Yep, that's right, Sora. You can see all that stuff's going to be really important. And some of the other Let's Plays we do, I actually have to break down some of the nonsensical logic here that the fantastic producers of this game have put together. I will say, up until Kingdom Hearts 2, they actually did a really, really good job of keeping this storyline not too complex, but complex enough that it was interesting, if that makes sense. In future games, this nonsense just starts to create so many loopholes, to say the least. There's time travel and just fucking incredible amounts of shit that comes out that's just non-acceptable. It's just above and beyond what any game should be. But now we have this oath to Kairi here. This is really a heart-touching moment, like I said. There's very few of these between Sora and Kairi. It amps up as the story progresses, of course, but I wish we had more of these, just nice moments between the two. Now, I also wish the Oath Keeper had a lot more use than what it has in the future, but you can see here, someone's calling for Sora and Kairi, and who would it be on the Realm of Darkness but Riku? Of course, his heart has faded. He's in the Dark Realm now. He wants to see us one last time. Somebody's calling to Riku. This person has another Keyblade. The one that belongs to this world. He's been trying to get through to him, but the darkness in his heart kept him away. But it was too late for his body. Oh shit. So, there's someone out there looking for Riku. Says the door to darkness will open soon. But it's a door we can't enter. It has to be closed from both sides. To do this, You need 2 keys and 2 hearts. See, this stuff makes sense. Maybe you're here for the same reason I am. Maybe it was fate. Don't you feel the echoes of their hearts? You already know the answer. Look inside your own heart. And now we're jumping back to Hallow Bastion. I skipped out the gummy ship there because it's quite frankly boring and redundant. We've seen a lot of them. This one's a little bit different to get here the second time around because we have to go through a warp hole, but it's really not worth showing. Especially because I barely make it out alive. But other than that, it's a Star Fox clone. It always has been and always will be. Got Thunder or G, very nice there. Try to go this way, but the actual thing we need to jump onto is right over here. So let's jump onto here. Let's jump over here. Jump one more time. Yep, and let's jump one more time, I guess. And let's make our way to the castle gates. Like I said, everything's scaled up here. Our levels are definitely well in line. 45, 44, 46, yeah, we're fine. Mid 40s, early 40s is a good place to be on your second return here. Maybe a little bit higher. I guess I could argue that a little bit. You should be close to 50, but it's not really pivotal. You know, there's really like no essential reason why you should be substantially higher, unless you just want to make this world like a piece of cake. But other than that, that's the only reason you would ever want to do that. I'm gonna cut away here in a second. Well, I guess we're just gonna pick up where we left off, but then I'll cut away to the top of the tower. We don't need to see how to explore this whole tower again. There's a few extra hidden treasures along the way, but there's really like nothing substantial. I spend a lot of time just grinding my character up in this world because, you know, this is like the level where the Heartless are at the peak of their performance here. You can see I'm using the Oath Keeper Kyrie gave us. It's weaker than the Olympia, but other than that, nothing really notable about it. It looks cool, and it has some sentimental value here because Kyrie gave it to us because of the oath that we promised her, but that's really it. Everything else pretty standard about the Keyblade. I think it's a very average Keyblade myself. Others might argue that it's a little bit better, but it's just okay, especially in comparison to the Keyblade we're going to receive here in a moment. Because the Keyblade we receive here in a moment is like almost definitively the second strongest Keyblade in the game. And the first strongest one requires like shitloads of work, like 15 plus hours. From this point on. So we probably won't be getting that one, but we'll be getting this one here. And this one, it does everything that we need to do. And on this episode here, we have the puppet dog. She's laying next to me. She's tired. She knows I'm going on vacation. This will come out. I'll be back from vacation when this comes out. I'd be back from vacation probably about a week. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to get this all done before I go on vacation because I know I'm gonna go on vacation, take a little bit of a break, and then I'm gonna want to relax a little bit there. But here you can see we got the Divine Rose, which has a strength of fucking 36. Kidding me? It's crazy. But let's talk to the princesses here. We did another skip. Alright, I'm on the way. They're counting on me. We only really met with half these princesses in the game. In other games, we'll meet with the other ones, but it's gonna be a while before I get through this whole series, because this whole series is just a big fucking mess. That's like the truth of the matter is, I can only really do one game at a time, and man, there's a lot of games to cover. Some of them we won't even be able to because they're like mobile phone games, so we're gonna do what we can. You know, even I know one specifically is gonna be demonetized right away because it's like a full fucking video, but I'll do my best to just lightly chime in here and there. And if you want to watch the video, or the full movie, I guess would be a good way to word it, feel free to do so. It'll be uploaded. If you played through this series, you already know which one that is, but that'll be upcoming here in the future. Like I said, I'm 100% sure at time of recording this that video will be 100% demonetized. Like, there'll be ads and shit throughout it, so it'll be a hard hitter on the channel, but, you know, to paint the full picture of this story, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And if that means getting a demonetized video and having a couple people get to enjoy the story a little bit more, well, then that's what it takes, folks, so. Yeah, I've even been debating about that, because we have a folder right now, right? Like this playlist, I view them as folders. This one's just generically named Kingdom Hearts, because it's the first Kingdom Hearts game. Like, the game's called Kingdom Hearts. But I'm thinking about making one called, like, Kingdom Hearts series, where I could upload everything Kingdom Hearts related into there. Just because there are so many games, they span so far. So I could have all my Kingdom Hearts content in one area as we go through further Let's Plays. The Let's Play that's coming out after this is Pokemon Leaf Green version, because we're taking a little bit of a break. But yeah, I think I'm going to put out a poll out there as well. If you have a recommended starter for Pokemon Leaf Green, please let me know. I'm open to suggestions. I could go either way on legitimately any of the starters. I would say it definitely goes into a route where, let's say, you know, Bulbasaur is the easiest, Squirtle's probably number 2, and then there we got the Oblivion Keyblade. I'm actually going to stop talking about the channel for a fucking second like a selfish prick and show the Oath Keeper and the Oblivion. Oblivion is a little bit weaker, but it also looks cool as shit. So, it's supposed to represent Riku's fall to darkness there, and I think it does a really good job of doing that. I'm almost tempted to switch it out for it just because of how cool it looks, but, you know, I think the Divine Rose kind of looks a little gimmicky, but the amount of power it deals is overwhelming. And here, this is where most people get the reward for returning the Dalmatians back. But you can see it there, I got it for just collecting 100 chests, which is an impressive feat. You know, 100 chests is no joke. But now we can see this guy. I don't know what he's called, but the game will just throw this boss at us a few times. And let me show you the secret to this boss, because it's really hard. You toss arrow so it keeps continuously doing damage towards his horn, and then you just smack his horn from on top here and avoid all his attacks. And then when he goes down like this, you just smack him in the front. And that's all you do for this boss. That's it. The game loves throwing this boss at you at random points in time, and he legitimately will do very minimal damage to you. But I mean, just take advantage of that, because it's going to be an excellent amount of EXP points that you're just pretty much handed for dealing with this boss continuously. And now he's down there. I should have hit him earlier. I definitely missed out on my opportunity there. But in a second here, it'll open up, and I'll be able to just continuously do what I was doing again. You see, Donald and Goofy aren't as smart as me. They don't know to hop up on his back, but like I said, he really can't do a lot. He can do damage throughout the fight, but it's not relevant to like the same point that we're receiving health back. I mean, there even I wasted an extra wind, and the wind does damage to him like periodically throughout the fight. Like as he gets close to that, it does extra damage. So you can see, oh, yeah, we're down to yellow health now. I mean, relate that to somebody like Maleficent or something like that, and we're just flying by. Like I said, all you have to do is hop up here on his back, just continuously keep hitting him on the horn until he falls down, and then smack him as hard as you can when you're on the ground. If you fall down on the ground, get an extra strike in here or there, and that's all it takes. He's not a hard boss by any means. You should, if you were able to beat Riku Ansem, this boss should be like a walk in the park for you. I mean, look at I've taken damage, but like nothing has been substantial. Like nothing's been a threat. And you can see here, he starts to get his head low towards like when his health starts doing bad. So he does start to smarten up a little bit. But it's really not enough, because like I said, his attack just doesn't do anything. Like it's not a struggle to deal with him. And I guess if you needed to, you could call in a summon, and the summon could help, but like I said, I've never needed to do that. And I don't know of anybody who has, because it's just as simple as just keep pressing the attack button repeatedly. And you get Omega Arts, which is an excellent item to carry. Now we'll seal the final keyhole.
Sora, you did it.
But we get called out prior to that. Someone out there saying, Sora, you did it. We go out and we see it's the Hallow Bastion crew, as we can call them now, because this is their childhood home. So Hallow Bastion is the home to all these folks, long ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Once worlds are restored, they'll be separated again. Everyone will go back to whence they came. And I'll visit them in Gumby's ship, right? He says it's not that simple. We didn't know about other worlds before all this, because every world was isolated. There was a wall that divided them. The Heartless destroyed those walls. The worlds were returned to once with the walls. So that means the Gummy ships will be useless. So we'll never see each other again, is what we're saying.
We may never meet again, but we'll never forget each other.
No matter where we are, our hearts...
And my hair looks like Leon's right now, so...
Besides, I wouldn't forget you, even if I wanted to. What's that supposed to mean?
And this is good, like, character development that we don't get in later games that I really appreciate.
Sora, good luck.
To me, it means a lot to have the characters actually fucking bond and make sense to why they like one another. In future games, they don't give a shit about that, but that's just my 2 cents here as we end the episode, so let's seal this keyhole once and for all. There we go. All sealed away. So the darkness has begun to awaken, but there's a powerful darkness growing somewhere else. It must be where Ansem went. We're like, we'll deal with it. Don't worry. We will not right away, ladies and gentlemen. We're on episode 19 right now. and I would imagine we'll have at least 2 to 3 grinding episodes in between our episode and the final episode. Ansem's really fucking hard. I've beaten him in the past, but goddamn, he is no joke to go up against. When you have stacked items for everybody, stacked abilities for everybody, stacked everything, like across the fucking board, and it's going to be impossible without having all of our ducks in a row. So we are for sure going to be a few episodes away from the actual finale episode. Like, it takes a lot to get us into a point where that's even like a thought. But that is going to be it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like I'm just sort of doing some storage upkeep on my end. If you like this episode, please feel free to like, comment, or even consider subscribing, because remember, all that stuff is free and means a lot to the channel moving forward. It definitely greatly motivates me to making videos like this in the future. And additionally, with all that stuff, like I said, our next Let's Play will be Pokemon Leaf Green. If you'd like to pick out the starter in that game, please drop that in the comments down below. I'll definitely take a look at that, and if you have a proposed name, that'll definitely be considered as well if your vote wins. So, let me know of all that stuff, because I don't care what starter I use in that game. I kind of have one in particular that I'm thinking I want to use, but if people want to see something else, they want to see something else, and I'll give it to them. So, that's going to be it on my end here from this episode. As you can see here, I'm just sort of cleaning up some of the abilities we have, just knowing like what we'll actually need in the end game. And like I said, we'll have 1 to 2, maybe like montage videos where we're either 10-15 minutes long of me sort of training throughout the worlds, but it'll be 3-4 hours long in actual gameplay. If you'd like to see any of that stuff, please let me know. Maybe I can include those videos as well, but a lot of that stuff's done on Twitch, so I don't know how much of that will be coming over here to YouTube. But like I said, enjoy it. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your week, the start of your week. I don't know when this video is coming out, I forget the time frames, but cheers, enjoy everything, and we hope to see you here on the next one. Take it easy, folks, and see you here on the follow-up, and then we'll see you on the next Let's Play if you're interested in that sort of stuff.